This is the Keeley Omni Reverb pedal. We're going to try each of the different modes in this intro track, and then I'll show you how it sounds on its own. Let's get into it. Welcome back, folks. My name's Shane. You were listening to the Keeley Omni Reverb pedal. Let's take a look. Here's the pedal up close, and as you can see, it's extremely simple to operate, and that's what I love about this particular pedal. We have two controls up here. The level adjusts how much of the mix you're hearing of the actual pedal, and the dwell is how much it will linger. So the further this way it is, the more it's going to hang around. After you say rake the strings or whatever, it's going to sort of linger around a little bit longer. We have a three-way toggle switch here. Up is room, spring is in the middle, and plate is down the bottom. I'll show you all of these tones clean and dirty as well. So we'll try it out with a couple of different guitars and see what we can get. A huge thanks to Keeley Electronics for sending this out. I really appreciate it. I'm going to give you my 2 cents about this at the end of the video. But one of the great things about it is it's very, very simple. 2 controls and just a 3-way toggle switch. It couldn't be any better. I like simple reverb pedals. There's no need for lots and lots of controls when they sound this good. Let's get into it. Today I'm playing my Fender Strat into my Marshall DSL 40CR amplifier on the clean channel. We have the pedal going through the effects loop. Now, one of the interesting things about this particular Marshall is its reverb. It's digital, and even with it all the way up, there's not a lot going on. So I'm going to show you that first and then compare it to the pedal. So this is bridge and middle pickup with the amp reverb only. So you can hear it, but it's very minimal, and that's with it maxed out, believe it or not. So there you go. And now with the pedal on in spring mode, here we go. Now I tried to set it at about the same level. Let's turn up the level a little bit more, so you're going to hear more of the reverb now. Yeah, it sounds cool. It's also a brighter sounding reverb, obviously, than the one that's built into the amp. Sort of brings the top end of the strings alive. I've just turned up the level and the dwell. Let's give this a shot. Neck and middle pickup. So you can definitely get some pretty wet spring reverb tones, no problems at all. Let's try some room settings. I'm going to leave the settings exactly as they were just for a comparison. Here we go. So it's a very different sound. Let's crank up the level, crank up the dwell. I'll play some different stuff now. Here we go. Cool. And now with the dwell cranked and the level down, so you're going to hear less of the actual effect, but it's going to linger around a little bit longer. This should sound pretty great. Here we go. That's my kind of sound. You can hear the reverb, it trails off, gives you a little bit more space, but it's not 100% like in your face for the kind of stuff I play. This setting works really well. And while we're still on clean, let's try out the plate mode. I've got the dwell cranked and the level down. This sounds absolutely stunning. Have a listen to this. Man, that is just something else. It's still going. That sounds really cool. And now with both of the controls at 12 o'clock, so you're going to hear more of the actual reverb effect, but it's going to linger around a little bit less than it just did before. So here we go. Far out, man. 2 controls, 3 different options. It sounds great. Let's try some lead tones now with a little bit of dirt. Let's try some lead tones now. I've got it set up on spring reverb, and the dirt is thanks to the super fat mod overdrive pedal from Keeley as well. Let's give this a shot, bridge. Yeah, all right. And now over to the room setting. As you can see, I've got the dwell cranked and the level down at about 11 o'clock or thereabouts. This is neck pickup. And lastly, over to the plate mode, and I've got both controls cranked, so it's going to get into that ambient territory, which isn't my strength by any stretch of the imagination. I've also turned the gain down on the pedal. Let's give this a shot on both pickups here. Yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool. Thanks for watching, folks. My name's Shane. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. I appreciate that. I tried to do some clean stuff as well as some dirty stuff, both in the intro track and also throughout the video, just to show you the different sounds you can get from it. So what do I think of this? I love its simplicity. 2 controls and a 3-way toggle switch. Yes, that's all you need. Nice and simple. He got it right. The sounds in here are great. The spring reverb is a better substitute than the actual reverb in the amplifier, in my particular case at least anyway. Some of my amps have great reverb tanks, but the Marshall isn't one of them, and I thought that would be a really great amp to show you how great the spring settings can sound going through an amp like that. So overall, the spring reverb tones are really, really nice. I gotta say, my next favorite might actually be the plate. It's kind of weird for a blues guy to like that, but I really enjoyed using that, just getting some sort of spacey tones. So if you're into that kind of stuff, it'll do that really well. The room tone worked really well, I thought, with a little bit of overdrive or distortion thanks to the super fat mod. I thought it really sort of nailed that sort of big solo kind of sound. But let me know what you think in the comments below. This is built extremely well. Like I said, its simplicity is what would sell me on this, no doubt about it. Plug it in and it works. That's always the way. The more control something has, sometimes the harder it is to get a great sound. So there you go. A massive thanks to Robert Keeley for sending this out. If you want to find out more about it, check the links in the description below. Thanks again. Catch you soon. See ya.